it sounds basic, but the most important thing is kindness. And I think you need to really be true to yourself. I like to believe that everybody has kindness within them, and everyone should be given an equal chance. So be kind to one another, no matter the circumstance or no matter how somebody might be treating you. Be kind to that person, because two wrongs don't make a right. So
In June 2019, I took to the road to ask people from all over the country about their dreams. I thought I would be learning about them, but I'm also learning about myself. Join me and see what you find out about yourself as you listen to other people answer the 3 dream questions. This is Fiona, and she's agreed to answer the 3 dream questions. Are you ready?
yes.
Okay, the first question, Fiona, is what are your hopes and dreams? What gets you out of bed in the morning?
My hopes and dreams are to make organic, eco-friendly menstrual products more accessible to women globally, and as well as transgender men globally who also need that access as well.
Where did this come from? What was the...
Initially this started as when I was little, I think around 6 years old. In my church we would do a lot of fundraisers to benefit underprivileged groups of people, and that got me thinking and invested in the well-being, both the spiritual, social, and physical well-being of populations. And then when I was 16, my grandmother passed away, and she passed away earlier, but when I was 16 I decided to use some of the money that I'd gotten from her will to towards menstrual products that I could donate to a local shelter.
And you were what age?
16.
16.
So then I started my own little not-for-profit through my church, and the not-for-profit, which is called It Happens, period, which I did mainly in my high school, but I am doing a drop-off, like, even in the summer when I'm in college, has donated about $5,000 worth of feminine products to this shelter.
Wow, that's amazing. Did you get some notoriety by like local newspapers or?
I did get an article in a magazine, an Upper Valley magazine, called Kid Stuff magazine, and so I got the Great Kid Award, so I had an article about that. I used word of mouth and my church community as well as my school community. Those were the 2 huge communities that really helped me and made this possible. I wouldn't have been able to do it without all their fundraising efforts.
Okay, and your awareness, what raised your awareness to this? What would you, I mean, this is definitely a need.
Yeah.
As a male, I'm not as aware of this as
right.
other people, but
I've always had trouble kind of figuring out what that is, what did raise my awareness of that. I think probably just being an adolescent girl and being so, ashamed of something that was so natural, and I wanted to kind of make it less shameful, hence the name It Happens, because I wanted communities to acknowledge that it happens, even when we try to pretend as though it doesn't.
Gotcha. So wow. So if I were going to say, do you have some type of a hope and a dream for the world in a larger scale even? Do you have some types of things? It sounds like it's more about tolerance and understanding the gender differences. And
definitely. It definitely is. I take an intersectional approach to the work that I do, and it really is about tolerance, understanding, and just being open to learning about what other people might be going through, because I don't have to experience racism, so and I don't have to experience different things that could marginalize me. So it's open to understanding the struggles that maybe women or LGBTQ plus people might be experiencing, and recognizing that we can help them fix these problems. So if you don't have access to menstrual products, listening to people when they say they need help, and then fixing that need.
Wow. Well, I don't know. I'm just saying it's really inspiring.
Thank
And
you.
I think it's going to talk. You're talking to people who, hopefully, people that are watching this will, whether they have some feelings of their own about not being equal or not being whatever, but they'll take courage and know that I'm not the only person
Yeah.
that's feeling this way.
No,
It's not-
certainly.
I'm not out there. You're giving people a voice.
Yeah.
You are a
I hope
voice
to.
for that. How did that mix with your music and stuff? Because I know you're a musician.
Yeah.
And do you feel that that's given you some sensitivity to this and somehow, or is there a wholeness that's coming together for you?
I actually was just writing a little short essay for school about how music has been used as a form of social protest for decades, and it brings people together, it forms community, and it can be a voice for issues and groups of people that are struggling to voice their concerns or don't know how to. So eventually I would love to find a way to greater incorporate both music and community service.
Social awareness.
Yeah, exactly.
It's amazing. So as a little girl, do you remember some of your dreams when you were, let's say, 5 or 6 or so?
Well, I remember I wanted to be a poet. I wanted to be an artist at one point. I've always wanted to be some sort of musician. But I also remember hearing about the organization Ryan's Well, which my church did work for to fundraise.
Is this the one in Africa?
Yes.
Yeah.
That I think it was a 13-year-old boy started.
Yeah, started these well projects.
Yeah,
and
to provide clean
villages.
water.
Yeah.
So that was inspiring to me, because I thought that if someone who seemed like a child so young could impact people so profoundly, then maybe I could as well.
And it sounds like that's what your path is.
That's what I'm
your
hoping
path.
to do. Yeah.
If you could give advice to the 13-year-old Fiona, or if you could give advice to a group of adolescents, is there something that you wish you might have known earlier, or something that you would like to pass on to them?
Yeah, it sounds basic, but the most important thing is kindness. And I think you need to really be true to yourself. I like to believe that everybody has kindness within them, and everyone should be given an equal chance. So be kind to one another, no matter the circumstance or no matter how somebody might be treating you. Be kind to that person, because two wrongs don't make a right. So yeah.
So what you're saying is kind of golden rule
Yeah.
type of a
Exactly.
thing, is what I'm hearing.
Exactly what you learn in kindergarten,
Yeah.
but is sometimes harder to apply than one might imagine.
Well, I certainly hope the sound worked on this one, because your message is not only pertinent to right now, I think it's timeless.
Thank
It's
you.
something that we should have been doing
Thank you.
all along.
I really
Thank you,
really
Fiona.
appreciate
Thank you so much for giving us your time.